Welcome to the Real Estate Fight Club, a podcast for agents where you'll witness a battle of opinions about topics affecting your real estate business. Now, always in your corner, here are your hosts, Jen Mertland and Monica Weekly.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jennifer Mertland?
Hey, Monica. You got any good news today?
Oh my gosh. You know, it's all good news. I'm vertical and taking nourishment. It's all good. That's what my dad says.
We're glad you're alive.
I'm vertical and taking nourishment. Yes. What are you into?
What am I into today?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. Well, we're getting ready to leave for Panama soon, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I heard you brought a business partner on in Panama.
I did. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Panama City, Florida. Panama City, Panama.
Yeah, Panama. The OG.
The OG, yeah. And apparently it's really hard to get a real estate license there. And it's against the law to operate. Like there's like a $10,000 fine if you're caught like operating as an agent without a license.
Wow, they are not messing around in Panama.
They are, and the test apparently is super hard, like super.
I feel like you're gonna go down there and get in trouble. Like, be careful.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I feel like you're gonna get arrested for something. I don't know.
Say that.
I don't know. I just feel it.
I don't want to end up in a Panamanian jail. It'd be terrible.
No, you do not.
I don't speak Spanish. I could learn Spanish pretty easily if I'm in jail.
That's true. But I think you'd have to learn it real quick.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Watch your back. Yeah. You know, you have put on a partner in Panama. You have put on a partner in Portugal. It's super impressive. And I want you guys to know, I want to give you a compliment. If you ever need somebody on a team, like you've got something you need to win, and you're picking teammates, you want Jay Mert on your team.
Oh,
this girl is freaking resourceful. She's freaking consistent. She's focused. Like, I love being in business with you, Jen. I really do.
I love being in business with you, Monica.
Oh, cool. Look at us. Oh, all right. Enough of the love fest. Thanks for joining Real Estate Fight Club. Another episode. We're happy you're here. We love that you listen. We love that you subscribe. We love that you share it. We love that you do all the things. And today, Jen and I are going to do what?
Said if you're not sharing it, share it immediately.
Please share it with somebody.
Share it like COVID. No, I'm just kidding. That was
yeah, right. Share it like Omicron.
Right.
Oh my gosh. All right. What's the best? We're going to duke it out over this. What's the best lead follow-up system? Oh my gosh. If this isn't the age-old question of all times.
It's a dumb
lead
question.
Follow-up. It is? I mean, why are we covering it then?
Oh no. I think it's dumb. I mean,
what's the answer?
The answer is the one that you will actually do. If you can really look at yourself and say, am I following up with my leads? I will send you some swag.
Yeah. Okay. So do we,
because I don't believe you.
Do you mean like, are we, okay. In my mind, when I hear this question, it means, all right, you get a lead. What's the cadence of the follow-up? What do you do and how often?
I mean, oh my God.
Is that what
they're like reaching out to the lead. I'm also impressed.
Hey there, you liking this video? Go ahead and hit subscribe so you get all the latest videos.
Yeah, that's true.
Just do it. Like whatever, like, I don't know. I mean, I know that you have one, but I'm saying like in general, I don't think this is like, I don't know. People are like, what do I do to follow up? I don't know. What are you doing now? Nothing. So do something. Do anything.
Right. I think the mindset is serve them like you're already a client. So treat them like that. So what would that look like? Are you providing information? Are you providing value? Are you following up?
Eyes when an internet lead comes in. So that's what I do. I'm like, oh
God.
Oh,
yeah, this is hard for me to answer because a lead for me is a referral, from a client. So of course I'm doing whatever I need to do to get in touch with that person, but they're also generally expecting my call.
Okay, well, if we're all not like Monica. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, your lead, but that's the thing is it's different. If it's a referral or I guess a cold lead, I don't know.
True. It is different. So okay, if it's a referral, I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, I feel like that's a lot easier.
It's a lot easier. And if that person doesn't call you back, it still does not mean they don't want to do business with you. I've had to follow up with people 10 times before they're like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I know. I'm so grateful Sarah put us together, but I'm sorry I was out of town, or I'm sorry my mom was sick, or what, like it still happens.
But how often
You
are
still
you
have to follow
following up if they, okay, so if it's a referral and they don't, like, you make the call first and they don't return the call, what do you do?
I would call back the next day, or I would try a different form. Like if I left a message, then the next day I'd do a text. If they didn't answer the text, then I'd do an email. Then I'd circle back. And so I have a line too that I say, hey, I'm going to be calling you every single day just to make sure I'm available. If you don't want that, will you just let me know? Because otherwise I'm going to just keep following up. Like I make a total joke out of it. I do all the
We like
time.
all that pleasantly persistent.
Yeah. And I'm laughing about it when I'm saying it. Yeah, right.
I think like, okay, so I do all of those forms on the same day as soon as I get the lead.
You do all three.
Yeah, I do text, call, and email, assuming I have all forms of communication. I do it all at once at the same time. Well, I'll call first, and then if I don't get a response, then I do the other two.
Okay.
And I think in my thought process around that is that they will respond in their preferred way of communication. So now I know how to communicate with them.
Now you know.
Yeah. And oftentimes it is, if they don't pick up the phone, they will respond in a text.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you've done, whatever your normal 5 to 10 days of follow-up. They're not even giving you a peep.
Don't do that. I'm a terrible follow-up person. You don't want to follow what I do. Did do, I mean, if it's an internet lead, like they are like a sign call or something, I'll do all those 3 things. And then I just like put them on a drip and I'm done with it.
That's what I was going to ask. What is the automated version of your follow-up?
It's just a once a week thing.
Once a week drip. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't worry about it. Cause look, I don't know. I'm not that interested in buyers. So I'm like,
What if they're a listing lead?
Yeah, right. And I know that there's a certain percentage of buyers that are listing, but it's like, I'm also like, I don't know. I don't really care that much. Like, I want to help you if you want to be helped, but like, I'm not going to push. That's just my philosophy. Right. Mm-hmm. But we did do an interview in our tips for realtors section on our Real Estate Fight Club podcast YouTube page on how to follow up. And there was some really good suggestions in there. I think it was with Sage Smith. Hey, Sage.
Sage.
I can't remember, but because he's like captain of the internet leads.
Oh, is he?
Like he has a really good system. Yeah. But I don't know.
Look, I just think they're different categories. If you're doing Zillow leads, you have to understand that game is won with consistent persistence. That's the only way that game is won.
And it's quick. Like internet leads, you've got to be quick. Like you want to respond as like fast as possible. Like
that's right.
In the first 5 seconds, maximum amount of time would be 24 hours. Maximum.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to knock their socks off where they're like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah. And like, you can't talk, just send a text.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And even the text is like, hey, I saw you had some questions about 123 Main Street. Can I give you a call in an hour? Can I give you a call tomorrow? Like something like that, and see what happens.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that they're just different styles, and you have to figure out, like everything Jen and I talk about, figure out what's comfortable for you, but know this, if you do not stay with the lead, you will lose the lead. There is money in that, and you just have to decide, are you going to do that or not going to do that?
Well, and most brokerages have like an automated system, and a lot of those automated systems now incorporate like a text thing too, where you can like for an additional fee, you can like text, which automated is better, because the problem with lead follow-up is after so many leads, it's very difficult for you as a person to do it manually.
True. Do you think it's worth, like, if you get a lead and you kind of know what they're looking for because they were looking at a specific house in a certain price range in an area, is it worth like setting them up on a drip campaign?
If you haven't talked to them? Maybe. I've never done that, but
I've never done that either. I'm just thinking, like, coming from serving them, showing up like you're already
It just kind of depends, because without talking to them, it's really hard, because some people, like, we'll get leads that are like, oh, well, I'm looking for a rental, or I'm looking for like owner financing. And it's like, this is not that. And we don't specialize in that. Like I can't help you with that. So I don't know. I mean, sure. Why not? I don't know if you want.
Right. When do you give up on it? When do you absolutely just give up on a lead? I'm like, when are you moving on?
If I've never talked to them,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do all three of those things and then I'm done.
So one time.
I'm bad at it.
I love it.
But we're not like paying for leads either, right? But like if I was paying for those, then like if I had a subscription to something and I'm paying for it, and I would say the first 3 days, do all three of those things twice a day.
Got it. That's pretty intense.
Until, well, you're trying to solicit a response, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they will respond. If they don't respond, then maybe switch to every 3 days or every 4 days for like the next couple of weeks. And then, I mean, it just depends on what you can handle. That's a lot. If you've got 15 leads, that's a lot. All you're doing is doing lead follow-up every day, and you don't even know if they're real lead.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The goal is to get a response, so you know, can you help them?
Yeah, true.
What do you think?
Do you stalk them? Like, do you do research on them at all?
No, hell no. Also, like when I'm cold calling, I don't do research on the house. I have no idea what the house looks like. I just call. The research is what kills people, because it doesn't matter until you talk to them. Nothing else matters. So your goal is to get them to communicate with you. So whether you're sending, like if you do those messages twice a day for 3 days, they will respond. And
because they're like, stop.
Yeah, right. Even if they say stop, that's fine. Okay, great. You know, but like at that point, if they're not responding, do you really, I mean, are they serious? I mean, I understand your point. You said, well, maybe something happened. That's fine. Then put them on an automated thing you could do, you know, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think it depends on how hungry you are, what the standards, where you are in your business. Like,
but you have opportunity costs.
Yeah. I just, I don't think there's a single, what my point is I don't think there's a single answer to this question. There are too many factors. So if I don't want to do buyer leads that are cold, then I'm going to do what you do. Like 3 things done. Like if it sticks, it sticks. If it's that easy, great, I'll do it. If it's not. If it's a referral by a top like person in my list,
that's totally different.
I'm going to treat that very different. Excuse me. I'm going to approach that very strategically and very consistently. And because that, not only do I want to reward that person that gave me that, like I want to show them how valuable that is. But that's also the kind of business I want to build. So if you want to build a business based on cold leads from Zillow, and that's your strategy, then you better get a really solid follow-up system.
Well, and there are automated systems out there that will follow up, or ISA, places that will do the follow-up with you, because if that's your strategy, you've got to do it in bulk, and there's no way that you single-handedly can make all that happen. You are gonna have to hire help. And that's what I find about when you pay for leads. It's never just paying for the lead and that's it. There's all this other stuff. It's like joining the board. It's never just like, oh, the monthly meetings. No, friend, there's a lot of other work in between.
Yes.
Is it really
you just gave me an aha. I'm just having an aha, but let's take a break and come back. But I'm having an aha on this.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Woo! Stay tuned.
Come
back.
Yes. All right. Let us hear from our sponsors. And when we return, we will get Monica's golden nugget.
Hi, guys. Monica Weekly here. You know how you're supposed to post about real estate every single day on Facebook? Yes, you do. And the reason is, if we don't remind our Facebook friends what we do for a living and how we help people, they will forget about it. We know it's our job to inform, educate, and demonstrate what we do for a living. Well, I'm coaching agents all around the country, and they understand that, but they're not doing it. And I ask them, why aren't you doing it? Probably just like you. And they said, Monica, we don't know what to post. Can we just borrow your stuff? Because I love creating Facebook posts. And these can often be used over on Instagram as well. So I said yes, and people were borrowing my stuff. So I created finally a product that you can sign up for free. It is free, guys. There is no reason for you not to sign up for this. It's ghostposter.com, GHOSTPOSTR, no E in there, just TR.com. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a Facebook posting idea to your email every single day. So not only do you have this great idea, but you've been reminded, oh yeah, I need to post. And that's Monday through Friday. And if you don't love the post or you think, gosh, I'd like something else, well, you're also going to get access to a library of over 600 different posts for you to choose from by category. You're going to love it. Go sign up, ghostposter.com. Don't waste a minute. And then be sure to join the private Facebook group. All right, I'll see you in there. All right, welcome back. Let's get back to the battle inside of the ring. Mertlin, I had an aha. You were saying something that was so smart.
Yeah.
I just had an aha.
What is it?
Okay.
Tell
I'm
us.
hoping I can convey the aha in the right way. I'm trying to process it. Okay. So we were talking about if you choose to do business by way of Zillow leads, like that's going to be your path, then you need to really build something that you work every day and whatnot.
Right.
If you're going to do referrals, then you're going to, how do I treat a referral? What gift do I
Right.
give? Or what do I do for them? Like you've got to have that system.
Right.
The problem and the aha I'm having is when we as agents are like dabbling in
Oh
the
my
Zillow space or dabbling in the cold calls and we don't know how to do and we don't have the system and then we think it doesn't work.
Right.
So it's, you really, honestly, the answer to the question, what's the best lead follow-up strategy? It depends on what lane you're in, and how serious you are about that lane.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Still think
you
it's,
know what I mean?
and I think the best follow-up strategy is the one you're going to do. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. But not do a little bit.
No.
You can't just say, yeah, I followed
Quit.
up on a lead today. Like it's not. Right.
But we did do a Fight Club episode about how long do you try something new and what does that take? And I think that we both conveyed in there that it really is exactly what you're saying. What does that thing really take? Like I talk to people literally every day. They're like, I want a circle prospect. No problem. But you're going to have to mail, you're going to have to call, and you're going to have to door knock. That is how you fully do circle prospecting, and you're going to have to be prepared to do it for at least 2 years. So we need to make sure that there's enough attrition in that area that makes sense. And this is what it cost. And they're like, oh,
yeah.
right.
Oh.
So you don't want to do it. Let's find something else. And you really only need like for most people to reach their goals, you really only need like 2 avenues. One is how do I deal and follow up with people I know? And the other one is how do I bring new people that I don't know? How do I make friends with them so I can do business with them? And that's it. And you just need 2. You don't need 10.
No. In fact, like we just talked about in the last episode, priorities. What's your priority in your business?
Yeah, exactly.
That's episode 125, by the way, guys.
Did not listen to it. Go back and listen to it.
No, it's so true. And it's kind of a dedication and commitment to that path, because people are like, yeah, I've tried Zillow leads. They're crap, whatever. What do you mean you tried it? What is that? What do you mean? You mean you got 3 leads and you called them and nobody called you back?
That's
right. Right.
That's
of course that's what you got.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I don't like calling for sale by owners. I'm like, oh, how many have you talked to? One.
Right.
How many people did you date before you met your spouse? More than one, I assume.
Right.
Like,
or open houses don't work for me. Oh, how many have you done? I did 2 last weekend.
Exactly.
Oh, I know. Now listen, here's something I've never heard in my life. I've never heard somebody say, Zillow leads don't work for me. I've been doing it at a high level for a year with a very robust follow-up system, and it doesn't work. Like I've never heard anybody say that.
It works if you work it, right? Isn't that the saying? Boom.
That's right. That's right.
Life.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. We're done. Get out of here.
It works. No matter what you do, it will work. It's just time on task and your willingness to get Hank used to say, what are you willing to get bored as F doing?
Yes.
That's it.
Repetitious boredom. That's
Boredom.
where the money is, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Then you start
All
having
right.
fun.
I think that's going to have to be the end of today's battle. What do you think? What do you think? What's working for you? If you're being super honest with yourself, what have you kind of half-assed that you gave up on?
All of it.
You know, I know. And listen, we're saying this because we've done it too. Like we've been there.
Because you need to hear it. No, I'm just kidding.
You're human and it's okay. It's not your fault. But what you do from here out is in your
Together.
control.
Yes.
All right, guys. Go to our Facebook page. That's Real Estate Fight Club Podcast. Go to our YouTube channel. Man, that's really coming along. All of Jen's extra interviews are in there. Some amazing stuff on
Really.
the tiebreakers and the tips for realtors and those things.
Yep. And also our Instagram page. We have some funny reels.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like the real queen.
I'm having fun making those.
You're really good at them.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Your facial expressions are hilarious.
I feel like we're going to look back on our Instagram page in like a year and look back at these and really laugh at ourselves.
I can't wait until we're like 80 and looking at them.
Yes. Yes. All right.
But also too, if you have a question for Monica and I, or you are interested in learning more about partnering with us and joining EXP, give us a call, 513-400-1691. All right, Monica.
See you next time.
Ciao, ciao. All right, I'm here with my tiebreaker, Jamie Woodall. Hey, Jamie. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jen.
Good. Hey, thanks for being our tiebreaker. So you are in Michigan with Northern Michigan, actually, the most beautiful part of Michigan, with Pat O'Brien and Associates. And you are our tiebreaker for the best lead follow-up strategy. And I know you have a very systematic approach, so I'm excited for you to share it with us. But I wanted to create some context for people and why I chose you. So you've been in real estate for a while now, what, 5 or 6 years?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, about 6.5 years.
6.5. Okay. And then prior to that, you were actually a pastor, but you would go and rally the community to open up churches.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was all about making connections and networking and inviting people to great things together.
And following up, right? So that's why you are the perfect person for this tiebreaker. So what is the best lead follow-up strategy that you've found?
Well, first of all, immediate, passionate, energetic response immediately. Real estate trainer said no more than 5 minutes after a lead is received. And so I might be in the middle of the strongest negotiations ever, but if a call comes in, even if it comes to voicemail, I'm going to be following up with them immediately.
I think I mean, it's sometimes it's hard, right? For immediate, but like as immediate as possible. And you made a good point. Like, even if you're doing negotiations and stuff, the thing is like, if you don't generate leads, you have nothing to negotiate. So actually, if you work in order of priority, following up and generating leads is actually more important.
It is, because it always puts things in the pipeline. I mean, it's about seed planting, right?
Right.
And so you've got that seed now that's growing versus a seed that just boom, it's just hitting rocky ground and it's going nowhere.
So what are you saying, like, when you follow up? This is like an internet lead, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking, I'm thinking, first of all, I want to know if this is just a warm lead, because it's definitely warm if they're reaching out already.
Right.
But is it a hot lead?
Right.
So when I get with them, connection is huge. So I always say, hey, I'll call them and say, hi, if it goes to voicemail or whatever, if I pick up.
Right.
Hi, this is Jamie Woodall, associate broker with Pat O'Brien and Associates. How can I help? I saw that you reached out.
I love it.
I want to sound energetic. I want to sound like I'm ready to help you.
Like you care.
I care. Like I give a crap.
Exactly. So the point of following up is like you're looking for motivation, because I assume at that point you're going to work to set an appointment or a time to talk further. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, the main thing I'm looking for in that conversation is what's the criteria of their home? What's the price range? What's the timeline? And then what's the main reason that they're buying the home? Is it relocation? Is it they're looking for a vacation home? In our area, it's beautiful. So we've got a ton of people calling for vacation homes, or they want to rent out a vacation home.
Nice.
And so I want to find out immediately, and also what their common interests are. What are their interests, so that I am not just connecting as a real estate agent. I want to begin to connect with their common interests and share those interests with them, so that they can say, this isn't just a real estate agent. This seems like a person that I want to know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
If you don't get a hold of them, what's your system for following up?
So if I don't get a hold of them, typically I'll send them an email. Hopefully if they have an email, or I'll shoot them a text. Hey, I saw that you reached out. Love to talk with you as soon as possible about your interests, or about what you're looking for and how I can help.
Yeah. It's just
even
so
better for
easy.
selling.
How can I help? Right? Like, what if there are times when it's like, oh no, like they're like, I didn't do that. Like, that's not me. I didn't put my name and number in there. What do you say to those people?
I say, basically it's probably a cold nothing then.
Yeah.
I just say, hey, thanks a lot for reaching out. If I can ever help,
Yeah.
I'm available.
Right.
And
Exactly.
sometimes if there is reason, I'll shoot them my contact. Now, one other thing I would just suggest real quick is that I fill out, I don't know if everyone realizes this, but you can put all of your detailed information in your contact card of your phone. So when you have all of that in there and you shoot it to them, they at least have you in their contacts list if they ever do need help.
I think that's a good tip, is creating that contact card, because it does have everything in it. Yeah, that's perfect. And then so once you get a hold of them and you put them through the system, and if they're not quite ready, what does your follow-up system look like after that?
Okay, so I just want to go back, just mention a couple other things.
Yeah, sure.
In that conversation too, I want to bring instant value to them. I want them to see that I have market knowledge. I'm listening to you. We have 17 office agents. A lot of times we get opportunities before things are listed. We do 60%.
That always piques their interest, doesn't it?
Yes. Pre-listings and things.
Yeah.
So, once I put them into the system, a lot of times if they're a hot lead, what I try to do is I will send them sometimes sold properties that show the dollar amount and the criteria that they're looking for, just so that they'll really understand what they can gain for their money. Because if we don't prime the pump and they don't understand, there's going to be a whole lot more work on the back end, right?
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. And that will help them get to a decision quicker, right? And it will help you see if there's like misalignment between their budget and their expectation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then also, Jen, I have one thing in the community that I like to share with them. A lot of them are vacationing, or even if they're relocating, I'll send Pyramid Point is like a day trip. And most people don't know about it. It's one of the most beautiful day trips they can take in our area. So even if it's around the city, if there's something special that you found as a family that you love and you think that they would really enjoy, we just give them the details of what that looks like for them to take their family on that day trip when they're in the area. And I've had many clients go to Pyramid Point and say, wow, thanks for sharing that. That was awesome. We ate pizza in Maple City. And so that's bringing value, and that's making connection with them. So anyway, that's as they're becoming more of a hot lead, and that you're going to be working with them to find a home.
Well, I like that too. And a lot of agents are starting to do like videos on different neighborhoods. So like that could even be something too. Like if they're looking in a specific neighborhood and do you have tips and favorite restaurants or whatever, just anything of value. I really like that idea. It shows like they'll remember you then, right? Like, oh, this person sent me the top pizza restaurant, or like their favorite brunch spot, or some history about the neighborhood that I'm looking to buy in or whatever.
Absolutely. And that's still bringing them value, because you're showing that the area, and you're connecting with their common interest. And so you're sharing all that with them.
No, I
So,
love it. That's an awesome tip. I hope everybody starts doing that. And then what do you have like a drip campaign that you put them on like afterwards if they're not like in
yes.
order to stay in touch, or what does that look like?
Yeah. So basically I put them in my CRM database. I have an
What are you
assistant that
using?
I'm using Buffini.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, Buffini system. And, I love the way they talk about connection, relationship, and all that.
Yeah.
So basically, I'll put them in that system, and then I'll put them in for a follow-up phone call within a week or two, unless it's a really hot lead. If it's a really hot lead, and I know they're looking immediately, and they've shared a timeline that's shorter with me,
Well, then,
then
yeah,
I'll get
great.
back with them, and share a couple properties and really get going. So I think the other thing that's really important is showing them that you're going to work hard up front. Sometimes we don't know whether that lead is worth all of the work that we have and that we're going to invest. But if they prove themselves to be a hot lead on a shorter timeline, I think it's so critical that we show them, like, I want the message to be, I'm working hard for you.
Right.
I'm not just one of the realtors out there that's going to put you in the system and not think about you ever again until you call me.
Right.
Because there's a lot of that going on, right?
Yeah. And I think like sending them the thing of value about the neighborhood or whatever, and sending them the sold property so that they can calibrate. I mean, that already demonstrates it. And that's really easy for us to do. Like, it's something you can like basically already have, or
Yep.
set up a CMA for yourself in the hot spots that you're mostly getting leads on. And then you have it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go look for it. It's already there.
Absolutely. And one thing with it too, adding value, I think it's important to let them know if you're willing to go and preview a property and FaceTime them while you're on that property. Let's face it, there's more and more people that are buying, especially millennials, buying sight unseen sometimes.
Right.
So with a shorter inspection time and them coming up, a lot of times you can get a contract locked down on that.
Well, and that's part of knowing your market too, right? Like if you're in more of like a second home and things like that, or people are moving from out of town, that is an idea that they will think like, wow, you're really going above and beyond, like more than anybody would. And you're making it easier for me, the buyer, to do what I want to do.
Absolutely.
Jamie, you're so good. I knew you were the right person for this one.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. Well, I love the Fight Club,
Thank you.
I've got a Woodall Fight Club. I have a punching bag, a home gym. So there's
that's awesome. We should visit you and record there.
There you go.
That'd be so
I can do
fun.
some jabs.
Exactly. So if people have a referral for you in Northern Michigan, or they just want to reach out, have some questions, what is the best way to contact you?
Yeah, JamieWoodall.com. JamieWoodall.com has all my information. My email is JAMIE@PatO'Brien, Jamie@PatO'Brien.com. So yeah, either one of those ways. They'll find all my information on JamieWoodall.com though.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you being on. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you, Jen.
See ya.
We'll see ya.